Yeah, we played well for the rest of the game, but it doesn't matter. It's for nothing.
Do you have a sense, Taylor, because you're playing, you've been around for quite a while, what is missing, or it's hard to pinpoint?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I've been around for so many losses that you kind of put yourself in a tailspin of wondering what it is. I mean, it's really hard. We're trying the best we can in here, but we're not winning games, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Neil.
That's it.
I think today we lost in the first period. We got 3 penalty and they scored 2 goals. But I can say we played better in the second, third, played good, and then that kind of penalty in the third, and we got 4 minutes penalty. But guys were hard, and they got like even penalties, and they play 4-on-4 and got some chances. But anyways, we lost, and like tired, set, and it's pretty hard to say again and again when you come after a game in this locker room and you lost, and you can't say everything, but I don't know, it's tough.
But you scored to score that goal, scored 2 goals in the last 3 games in this week. You know, considering the week you had, make you feel better about everything?
Yeah, it's always good when you score, when you get points. But I think key thing is about a team, and we just had the 4 wins, and we played 21 game, and I don't know what's going on. Just real frustrated about it. Every game we're trying to get 2 points, but we can't.
I think that's key right now. We gotta try not to get too frustrated. I mean, obviously we need to be better here, and we gotta start coming out with some points. And it's not good enough right now. That's the bottom line. And but I mean, getting frustrated just is gonna make it work. If anything, we just gotta get motivated and regroup here and try to just play a solid game and just worry about the next game every time. Yeah.
Brian, compared to the game the other night, how would you kind of class this one in terms of effort and overall performance for you guys?
I thought we came out a little bit slow. I mean, we knew that they were going to come at us hard, and I don't think we were really prepared for that. And I thought once they got that 3rd goal, and then we started to play a lot better. We got the power play going. We really started to pick up our game, but I mean, we just got to be ready from the start and make sure that we play a good 60 minutes.
Just to get that goal, does it feel like a monkey off the back? Because I mean, it was something that was talked about quite a bit around here the last few days.
I don't know. I don't think getting 1 goal is really a huge deal for us. I mean, we want to win the games, and coming out of here without 2 points is the only thing that we care about, really. And it's another tough loss. So I mean, we just gotta find a way here to start winning some games and regroup and not get too frustrated. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we wanted to jump on it. We had a really good first period. Second period wasn't great. That's a trend lately that we need to fix. But I thought we shut them down pretty good in the third. They're a team with a lot of individual skill. They try and take you on one-on-one a lot, and I think the way that we defended them is take away their one-on-one space, and then you can limit them to outside chances, and we did a good job at that.
You guys talking all about getting a 4th home shutout against the Oilers. I mean, any letdown at all when they scored?
No, not at all. I mean, power play guy kind of bats it before it hits the ground. Al didn't really have a chance. They had some chances before that, though. The guy missed a wide open net. And, but Al played great and made some big saves when we needed him to.
You like the energy level, 3 games, 4 nights?
Yeah, I mean, by the time we got to the 3rd period, I know personally I got a little tired, and I think you could see in the rest of the guys were a little fatigued, but we stuck with it. We played to our system pretty well, didn't give them too much, and got the win.
Yeah, those overtime losses, and now you come back with 3 Okay. Go out and get coach.
The top two lines get through pretty strong in that first period.
Yeah, no, it's coming off back-to-back nights. You know, you want to get off to a good lead, and we were able to do that and get the two early first ones. So it's, we just kind of rolled after that. But yeah, it's always nice to get a 2-goal lead early on when you play back-to-back.
Coordination with you and Tomas on that goal, it looked like you guys have been working together for a while now.
Yeah, no, he gave me a good yell. Tommy Wingles did a good job behind the net, and Thomas was wide open in front of the net. So good forecheck paid off there.
No language barrier on that one.
No, just Joe. So that's all he needs.
It's really the one line that kind of Todd has left together here recently, the last few games. Does it just feel like things are working there?
Yeah, just we're playing hard. We're forechecking hard together. Yeah, it's me and Thomas has been together all year, but Tommy's he's picked up right where Bernsey left off. He's very competitive, shooting the puck well, and he's just competing. So it's just the line seems to be going pretty good right now.
Maybe it gets overlooked, but you're getting you're up there in the league in assists again, and you got like 10 in your last whatever many games. Do you feel like you're on top of your game right now?
Yeah, I feel good. I just for me to. I just, got to keep moving my legs. The line mates are huge for me. Obviously, I'm a passer, so they got to be scoring, and it just seems to be rolling right now. But I have a lot of confidence right now.
You're coming to a building against a team that's been struggling a lot lately. Was there any talk of that, of not letting that become a?
Not really. We, they're going to be a dangerous team. They got a lot of guys that can beat you one-on-one, and we're well aware of that. And I thought we did a good job at having some back pressure, but Al needed to be big, and he was big for us tonight. They had a lot of good chances, and he was up for the task for us tonight.
guess the early jump was good and not letting them even think of hanging around.
Yeah, that's something that our team has to continually work on. I think it's an area that we can improve on is closing them out. Second period, we fell into the trap of playing their game, kind of a fast-paced, up-and-down game. I thought in the third we got back to playing 4 lines, or for the most part 4 lines, while they were playing 3, and it allowed us to reestablish our game.
The chemistry on the Thornton line probably hasn't looked better maybe than it did on that hurdle goal to start the game off. Do you think Joe and Tomasz are really getting to know each other pretty well right now?
I think they've been doing that for 20 games. When you're a 19-year-old playing in the National League and you've got 12 goals, a lot of those passes are coming off 19's stick. The chemistry exists, and they feel good.
I thought the game was, three stages. I thought the first period we were hesitant and fearful is not probably the right word, but knowing what kind of team they are, you look at the record, you go through the pre-scout and you pass it on, and I just thought we were playing a little nervous early. Fearful is not the right word. We were afraid to make a mistake early, and I thought that carried right through the first period. We had a couple of chances, but I just felt like we were like, just pull back. And when you play hesitant, you're not closing early, you're a little bit late to everything, and we couldn't win a battle for the puck. And then in the second, I thought we played great. I thought we found our game and we found our legs, and we got going, and we were able to match them and maybe even have the upper hand in the period. In the third period, I thought we stayed in the fight. So it's more good than bad, for sure. And then once again, just some individual mistakes that we're trying to pull out of guys' games that end up hurting us.
Dallas, you've spoken quite glowingly about Mark Arcobello for most of this season, talked about how he can make players better, and you've used him quite a bit. Can you maybe just talk about the logic of not having him in this game and why he was the one who was scratched tonight?
Yeah, we had made a decision that going against San Jose, we wanted to go with certain matchups. They have a real heaviness to their team, and we wanted to get some larger players in our lineup. And with the way the matchups were going to go, and with the 3 lines that we were going to run fairly heavily, Arco didn't fit into the 4th line that we were going to put together. So I let him know yesterday. It was a good news, bad news day for him. The good news, I asked him which one he wanted first. The good news is that we let him know that he could get a place to live here, that he was able to do that. The bad news is that he wasn't going to play against San Jose. And then, obviously there's a lot of talk about the transaction today. We had a defenseman that came in out of nowhere with an injury that could have kept him out of the game. Ended up not keeping him out of the game, but we had to scramble to get a roster spot to get a guy up here, possibly try to make it for the game, and couldn't quite get here in time, but we were able to send Arcobello without clearing waivers, which was good.
You had a 4th line, and I know you said you wanted to roll 3 lines mainly, but you had a 4th line that in the end didn't end up being overly used or usable tonight. Was that disappointing to you that you weren't able to go to those guys deeper into the game at all?
Yeah, and it turns in again to, like, you have a great plan going into games, and your plan is always that you're going to be even or winning. And as soon as we got down, and then our 4th line was the start of the dominoes falling on our 3rd goal. But you get down, your 4th line is, you're looking from them usually, at least with our team, it's them being physical, them keeping just zone time cycles alive. You're not really looking for a lot of chances, but you're looking for zone time and a lot of heaviness from them. But when you get down in the game, now you're looking to score. You got to get back in it, and that's where those guys end up suffering, just because they're the math says they're not going to generate a lot of goals, and that's when you go to your other three and rely heavily on them.
There seemed to be a desperation after you guys went down 3-0. Because you just need your team to play that way from the beginning and not, when they're.
Yeah, and I'm not sure it was desperation. I thought it was more. They're like, hey, you know what? We can play with these guys. What's the big deal here? If you go man to man, if you match man to man, maybe we are as good as they are. And I just thought after the first period that they realized that, hey, we can play with these guys. We can play at the same level. And they did that. I don't know. I can't remember what the shot differential was after the first, but I think the attempts at the net almost ended up even tonight, which is a tough thing to do against San Jose. They've been killing teams on the shot share. So I thought we at least matched them in certain departments. But that team, that's a good hockey team, and that is certainly a team that we aspire to be. Going through their system stuff, a lot of our system things match up to theirs. It's what we're trying to take on here, and it just shows that the stuff that we are slowly getting better at works, because San Jose is doing a lot of the same.
We spoke to, there were a handful of guys that were in the room after the game, and one of the guys was Taylor Hall, and many of us have seen him through a lot of the defeats, but tonight seemed like it really, I don't know if I should say for him, he seemed like he'd had enough, but I just wonder how you manage individuals like him, who's a franchise player, and you try and keep him and others upbeat as much as you can during a time like this.
Well, you have to take the positives out of the game, and there are positives. So that's always the best way to keep them upbeat. The problem with it is that we've got to have success to show that the improvements are working, and that's a very, very hard thing to manage. But in the end, it comes down to the dressing room. It's coaches we can go in and talk to them as a group and talk to them as individuals, but the main thrust of your team comes from the guys in the room, and that's a great sign that. As much as I know our guys are taking positives, that there's a number and a whole lot of them that they're to the point. This is enough. This is enough of this. We can't have 3 to 5 breakdowns a game that end up 3 goals in our net or 4 goals in our net, and that's what it's coming down to. We're playing long stretches of very good hockey, and then it's that one mental mistake that's roasting us.
Positives with all that's gone on, what will that goal and also the way he played mean for Yakupov?
I thought Yak had a very good game. He was not only did he was able to get one in the net off that broken play, but he was his turnovers were limited. He was actually finishing his checks a few times. He was involved. In our zone, it's always interesting. Like I think people look at Yak, and it's a good game if he scores. The biggest thing that he did in the game tonight was their D-man was winding up to just hammer a shot at our net, and he went down one knee sideways, took away the shot lane. He was sacrificing his body. He was ready to do it, and that wasn't there before. And it caused their D-man to lay the puck deep. But that level of commitment from him is not only is it big for our staff, it shows that, hey, listen, he is trying to buy in. He is changing his game, and he wasn't a liability at all tonight. He was better on the back pressure, better in his own end, and. So that's an encouraging thing for us and our team and for him, that he's trying to change his game. And this would be a far different conversation if he was just basically giving us the finger and saying, yeah, I'm just going to play the way I want. He's not doing that. This is a good kid, and he's going to get it.
This situation on defense, we know you had somebody banged up heading in. I think Belov only played a couple minutes in the middle frame there. Are you potentially, is it an injury situation potentially with him too? Are you needing any more bodies at all, or are you still healthy?
What was the middle part about Belov? Yeah, Belov sat on the bench because of some not great play. So that's what happened there. And then I'm going to have to swing back around and see how our guys are for tomorrow.
Might Clapwell get a start tomorrow?
Yeah, he might.
Is that a good percent?
No.
Great, thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Year-old playing in the National League and you've got 12 goals. A lot of those passes are coming off 19's stick. The chemistry exists and they feel good about playing with each other. I know Jumbo takes care of them, and you know, he's pushed through one pause in his year so far, for lack of a better term, where he kind of hit the wall, and now he's going again, so that's a good thing.
Maybe it gets overlooked from the outside a little bit because he's been doing it for so long, but Thornton seems like he's been on his game. He's really piling up some points lately.
Yeah.
How would you evaluate his play?
I think he's been fine. You know, when we look at Jumbo and his game, we look at it overall. We know that he can make plays and run the offense and do all that type of stuff, but it's the back check, it's the tracking, it's the defensive play, it's the face-offs, shot blocking that really fulfills his game, if you will. It's not always about the score sheet, it's about all the little things that he does, and when he's doing them and doing them properly, everybody seems to fall in line and follow.
Stalock looked like his best saves came in late in the second. You got to be pretty confident.
Yeah, he again, he looked very comfortable in there, which was important for us. He had a busy second period, but stood his ground well. And you know, again, I think that we have two goaltenders that we can rely on.
I mean, Stalock, his first year as a backup, did he have to sort of prove himself to the coaching staff that you couldn't detrust him, or do you know going in that you didn't have to worry about what you had back there?
I think he's like any player. The proof is ongoing. It's an everyday thing, and you know, we're trying to put together the best lineup on a nightly basis to win. And it doesn't matter if you played 500-600 games in the league, or in his case, only played 3 or 4. If we think that you can help us win, you'll be in the lineup, and then it's that individual or a group of players' job to maintain that trust between the staff and the players themselves.